Hello, everybody. My name is Marizu Obi, and I'll be talking about emotional intelligence and communication. First, I'll define emotion, intelligence, and then I'll define emotional intelligence. I will also talk about neuroscientific hypothesis, also known as somatic marker hypothesis. After which, I will talk about how we communicate with our emotions and also interpersonal and impersonal communication and how emotional intelligence affects those. And lastly, I'll talk about the conclusion. Emotions can be said to be an instinctive state of mind at a particular point in time, and intelligence is the ability to reason validly about information. So, therefore, emotional intelligence can be said to be the ability to validly reason something with our emotion so as to enhance thoughts. Daniel Goleman, a human psychologist, in 1995 came up with the term emotional intelligence, and he defined emotional intelligence as the ability to understand and use people's emotions intelligently and also understand our own emotions and use it to better ourselves. How we communicate with our emotions. Communicating with our emotion is a physiological thing. And when we communicate with our emotions, often it appears through our facial expression, our heart rate, our posture, and muscle tone. From the illustration, when we are happy, there tend to be a raised cheek and mouth open. And when we are sad, there is a raised inner eyebrow and our eyelid is tight. Neuroscientific hypothesis. I'll be talking about Antonio Damascene somatic marker hypothesis. In the hypothesis, it stated that our emotion affects in decision making, and sometimes even our emotions make certain decisions for us. And it is so because when the decision is difficult to make, our cognitive thinking is overloaded. I cannot decide. And an experiment was carried out, which was called the Iowa gambling task. In the Iowa gambling task, each participant were given 4 decks of virtual cards, and the cards had each to gain money or to lose money. And occasionally, the cards have a sort of punishment. As the participants were choosing the cards, they got tense when they have to choose a card they've chosen before and it was a negative feedback that was attached to it. Like, for example, they lost money when they chose the card. Emotional intelligence and interpersonal and impersonal communication. Interpersonal communication is a communication based on relationship. The kind of communication you have with people you already know. And impersonal communication is communication that is not based on relationship. The kind of communication you have with a salesperson, with a doctor while booking an appointment, or with a bus driver. According to Goleman's theory of emotional intelligence, the four most important things are self-awareness, self-management, relationship management, and social awareness. And this fall under interpersonal communication. Self-awareness is the ability to understand one's emotion and be able to interpret it. Self-management is the ability to manage one's emotion. For example, having a bad day, being able to manage not frowning at people, and relationship management. Social awareness is being aware of other people's emotion and understanding if they are having a bad day, how it affects how they portray it and how it shows in their emotions. Emotional intelligence in communication is often paid less attention to, and it is as important as our IQ. Although emotional intelligence can be learned over time, IQ is something that develops with age. And as Charles Darwin, the human evolution theorist, said, it's not the most intelligent or the strongest of the species that survives, but the most adaptive of the species. Thank you.